stock today, and I was kind of surprised. So here you can see it started at 1832. Remember my old average? My old average was, I think, 1872. So I lost money, around here, but you don't really lose until you sell, right? So the day went on. I just stepped away from the computer, and then next thing I know, it spikes. And I showed you guys this article from the LA Times, and what it said is that they said that Lucid Motors was preparing to go public thanks to Saudi money and that SPAC mania. And over here they said that where is this thing? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Anyway, what it said is that according to a source, that this is supposed to happen soon. And here it is. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I must be all this earlier. Now I can't see it. Anyway, so yeah. So like over here, they said that they're planning to go public. And yeah, I don't know. I can't think. Anyway, so because of speculation that Lucid is going to merge with CCIV, the stock shot up. And it shot up from that 1832 at opening all the way up to 2235. And when I saw it, I thought, crap. I saw it crashing and I was a little hesitant about buying in. And then it went down and I was like, oh, frick, how low is it going to go? Right? Because every stock goes up and it goes down over time. I walked away from the computer. Next thing I know, end of the day, it's going up. And I thought to myself, man, if they merge on Monday, this thing can definitely go up to 25. So I bought a few more shares, and now my average, I think I bought it at, what price did I buy it at? I bought it at 21.98. Now it's 21.50. So my average is 19.22. So I averaged up. I have 26 shares total. And it's a small amount to some people, having $500 worth of shares when this thing can skyrocket. But keep in mind, the reason why I'm only doing a small amount is because I don't want to juggle around money too much. I have my stocks that I go on long for, and something like CCIV, it's still kind of speculative. So I only felt comfortable juggling around $500. And it shot back down to $14 for whatever reason. I wouldn't take the hit that hard. So I expect on Monday for this thing to pop up. And when it does pop up, all the people who went all in or did 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 shares, they're going to be super happy. But for me, I'm going to be happy if, just having a little bit. Yeah. If I wanted to pull more funds, I would have to sell out some stocks, and I looked at my other stocks. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this whole, okay, one stock is gaining, so I sell my losers, and then my losers go up, and it's yeah. So then AKTS, you guys might have remembered this stock. I told you guys I sold this stock. I was not too happy about it because after I sold it, it went up. It went up. I rebought back into this stock at, oh my goodness, I forgot what price I bought into it, but I do have a little bit of cushion. Where is it? Ah, where did it go? Where did AKTS go? Oh man. Where is it? Here we go. So AKTS, this is the stock that I was telling you guys about, something about 5G filter. Their earnings is coming out, I believe, on the 28th. And according to whispers, they should be knocking out of the park. And this has gone up, well, over 10% since I sold it. So I sold it at $12.98. Now it's $15.37. I bought back in, I think around the 14 mark somewhere. I forgot exactly what. And as as it gets closer to the 28th, I do expect it to shoot up. So I'm happy with this stock. Blackberry shot up today, 9.26%. Let me see if I can pull this up. And I was genuinely kind of surprised about it, but I kind of wasn't surprised. And let me explain to you the reason why. I was surprised that Blackberry didn't go up as much as I expected. So you guys know about GME. GME pumped up big time by Wall Street bets. Part of it being Citron Research. Citron Research said it was going to go back to $20. Well, actually, look, it's at $65. And Blackberry, GMA had a gain of 51% today. Blackberry only had a gain of 9.26%. Why didn't I invest in GameStop instead of Blackberry? I don't know. I didn't know if it was going to go down or if it's going to go up. I can't kind of chart this kind of thing. And my thinking was, Blackberry, I have more hope about the long-term viability of Blackberry versus GME. GME, this is like a pump stock. I'm sure the people who invested early on are probably really, really happy about their gains. But if this decided to crash, I don't want to be the bag holder. I don't believe in GameStop. And Blackberry, it's 1404 right now. I feel like it could double. If anybody wants to play around with the GME stock, maybe they can't afford $65 a share. If you want to double this stuff, it's going to have to be $130. I feel that it's going to be much easier for Blackberry if you're entering in to hit $28 than GameStop hitting $130. So that's the way I saw this kind of thing. I don't mind holding long. I've learned from Mara. I got scorched on Mara because Mara went down 37%. I went up 8% today, not too sure, but I don't want to be chasing the wave and then ending up as a bag holder, and I have to worry. Is Blackberry gonna go up if it crashes? Is GameStop gonna go up if it crashes? And I just have more faith with timing Blackberry than I do with GameStop. But congrats to the people who did invest into GameStop GME, but I'm just investing in a little cat. I shared with you guys in the community post. Blackberry, I invested $1,000 into Blackberry. She has made me about $500. I'm at a 50% gain. So half of my new MacBook that I'm planning to buy this year is funded by Blackberry. And I wanted to give a shout out to the influencer who owns Blackberry, because if he did not own Blackberry, yeah, I don't know if the stock would do so well. Nah, I'm just kidding. I invested into Blackberry back in 2018. I was a big bag holder. And the reason why I caught this thing quickly was I was looking at my portfolio and I was like, how come Blackberry spiked? I did some research or found out Wall Street Bets is trying to pump up Blackberry. And it seems like now is Blackberry's time to shine. GameStop, I don't know if GameStop's going to go higher. Maybe it will, but Blackberry, I feel a little bit more confident in her long term. I would actually argue that GameStop is more dead. I know they just did some kind of management shift, some big organizational shift, but I think of it this way. Like, why buy from GameStop? What is the point of buying from GameStop? I remember, like, I read about GameStop, I believe last year, and how they handled the situation. I forgot exactly what was being said, but I remember thinking to myself, GameStop treats their employees terrible. So I made the decision. I was like, I don't want to ever shop at GameStop anymore. I don't want to support GameStop. And yes, people could say, well, Erica, maybe you should invest in GameStop because it's shooting up. Nah, I don't want to be part of that. And I don't want, like I said, if this thing crashes, I'm going to be thinking, Erica, you didn't believe in GameStop before. Why are you holding the bag for GameStop? I'm a little too risk adverse. Now, Tesla stock has been very disappointing this week. This was a week coming up on the 27th. This was a week that I thought, okay, Erica, you have 5 shares of Tesla, and then it split over to five shares. And I thought, okay, let me add one more share in, just test the waters. I bought it at, I think, $8.45, and then it just kind of went sideways. So look at the chart, for instance, right? You see how it was going up, and then it starts going sideways? Yeah, it's my freaking luck. It's my freaking luck. When I decide to buy Tesla, it decides to go sideways. So I bought it at 846, I believe. 845 or 846. Where is it? Yeah, so like around here. I bought it around here because I thought, well, it went all the way up here. See this 876. So if I'm kind of in like here in the middle between this here and here, I should be okay. See the top over here? See this over here? So here and here, I figured if I was around here, I'd be okay. So I missed out around 840 and then I bought around here. And then it went all the way down over there. I was like, yeah, it's stuck in the market, so I just do long. But I am planning to hold Tesla long. 65% of my portfolio, I calculated, is Amazon, JD, Tesla, and Apple. So all those holdings, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to move funds out from it into to chase like something like Gamestop or Blackberry. And I really believe that if you do invest any money, invest it with money that you feel comfortable in investing. Do not be like Wall Street bets your whole everything on like options. I hate doing options. I got burned on options. And what I did was, when April came around, I think it was April. I did an April 17th SPY put for my life, but I was so confident that SPY would be going down, and then, as you guys know, Jay Powell came around with his money printer and screwed me over. So after that experience, I thought to myself, okay, Erica, just don't do options because you don't know if it's going to go up. You don't know if it's going to go down. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is if you find a company that you really like, that you believe in long term, just hold, just diamond hand it. Don't let go of it. Don't let go of it unless you really give up hope on this. JD, I shared with you guys in a previous stream. I bought it in 2018 when it was around 47.02. And then it went down to $20. It was heartbreaking, but the CEO got arrested. There was some kind of scandal going on, and I was so sad about it because 50% of my holdings in JD just it's just heartbreaking to see anybody's holdings go down 50%. But I held and I held, and now it's, I think, at $94. So I've been diamond handling JD, and if JD goes down a little, I get a little irritated at it, but I can handle it. I have 100% gain over JD, so I feel comfortable with that kind of thing. If you do something like options and you are saying, oh, I'm betting that it will go up or go down by a certain date, I can't. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Some people, they feel comfortable, let's say, saying, oh, Amazon's going to hit a certain price point by this certain date. I don't feel comfortable with that kind of stuff. So it's yeah, so I don't know where Tesla is going to go. I do think that Tesla is going to do well on earnings, but even if they don't do well on earnings, even if the stock drops down 5%, I have faith that it's going to go up over time. So but it wasn't something that I feel comfortable about putting another share in, and then what if it drops? So instead of putting more money into Tesla, I decided to chase over to the other stocks instead, see how they go. And Blackberry is doing pretty well, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, so Tesla, yeah, this is the Tesla chart over here. Yeah, so I'm not worried about Tesla. I'm not worried about, oh my goodness. I'm not worried about Tesla. I'm not worried about CCIV. I think the CCIV thing will go through, but if it doesn't go through, I invest the $500. If it just tanks for whatever reason down to 50%, then I lose $250. That's not a big deal. So make sure whenever you invest, you feel comfortable with whatever you put money onto. And if you are risk adverse, if you do not like dealing with having all this focus on one company, then invest in an ETF. I know some people, when they go big on certain stocks, I do know certain people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars in certain stocks. If it goes down, and if they day trade, right? If it goes down a couple percent or like 5%, they freak out because they think, oh crap, I put in X amount of money and then it went down, and yeah, it's big bucks. So when you invest, bigger amounts, 1% can be a sizable amount of money. For example, right? You have $100, it goes up 1%, it goes up $1. But if you invest like $1,000, if it goes up 1%, it goes up $10. And then if you invest $10,000, if it goes up 1%, it goes up $100. So if you want to day trade, or if you have a lot of confidence in this stuff, then invest in big amounts. I think they say for day trading you should invest $25,000. So that way, if it goes up 1%, you make a quick $100. I know people who have done that in the past. They will day trade with $10,000, $100,000, more than that, and yeah. But it's a lot of stress on them. So I know people who used to do that, and they don't do it anymore because they feel like they're going to get heart palpitations when they they go all in on a certain stock. And then let's say if it misses earnings, or if it's too close to earnings, or something happens, let's say some bad China relations news comes in, the stock market goes down. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety over that. So I don't want to be a part of the day trading gang. I only like doing things that I feel has long-term viability. And with CCIV, I felt that way. With AKTS, I think that the 5G filter is pretty good, so I'm willing to put some on there. Blackberry, I believe Blackberry I did think it was undervalued, and I'm happy to see that it's been shooting up. Now, do I think that Blackberry will go higher? I think that there will be a pullback. But I don't think it's going to go back to the levels it was before. I don't think it's going to go back down to the $9 range, because when you give visibility to a stock like this, in my opinion, it kind of makes it's all the people who believed in the stock back when it was like $7, $9 are going to say, oh, I Blackberry has been undervalued, so it does need to shoot higher. And if Blackberry goes up to $20 mark, $30 mark, $40 mark, yeah, I'm not going to be surprised at all. So Blackberry is my little hold, and yeah, we'll see. I was talking to Lewis about it, and I said, hey, you know what? If Blackberry doubles, right? If my little $1,000 investment turns into a $2,000 investment, I would like to say Blackberry funded my new computer. But even if if it doubles, I'm not gonna sell Blackberry. I'm not gonna sell Blackberry because I feel like I have a lot of cushion. So I hold a lot of my stocks long, because once I have like a healthy amount of profit, I'm like, what's the point of selling? There is no point of selling if I see it going up. Now, if it kind of stagnates and it only goes up, let's say 5% in the whole entire year, and I've been holding on to it for a year and a half, then yeah, I'd sell it and then put the money somewhere else. But I've been doing a clean sweep of my portfolio, and right now I'm kind of happy about it. I am a little salty about selling Baba, but every time I think about it, I'm like, Erica, just remember all the crap that you went through when you were holding Alibaba. And I'm a lot more comfortable having American stocks than Alibaba, because if there's any bad news about China, I don't have to think like, oh, okay, well, is Alibaba gonna how effective will Alibaba be about it if anything happens to Jack? He just appeared. Yeah, if anything happened to Jack Ma, I don't want to have to worry about the stock price taking a hit because of it. It's just too much freaking much to think about, and I want to just have this set it and forget it mode about my portfolio. So Amazon, I have no worries about that. I've shared with you guys before. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they're two very competitive people. I'm sure Jeff Bezos does not like the idea of losing to Elon. So when the earnings come out, the earnings got pushed back to February 2nd. When Amazon earning comes out on February 2nd, I will not be surprised, 100%. I will not be surprised if they announce doing a split share for Amazon. Let's do something like if you have one share of Amazon now, it's gonna shares, similar to what Tesla did. When people can, when the price of a share is cheaper, more people are gonna want to invest into it. Not this fractional share stuff. I mean, right now, like I look at Amazon stock price, it's over. I think it's like $3,200. That's scary. That's really scary. I'm thinking like that's so expensive for stocks. Yeah, I hope that they do the split. I think they will do the split. This is just my speculation though, and I think Amazon will grow larger and more powerful. Partially because of Elon, but also partially because Jeff Bezos is really just relentless. So long term for Amazon, I think it's a very strong stock. I don't see anything happening to it. They have so much diversification. They have like Zappos, they have Whole Foods, they have some pharmacy. They got what else do they got? What's it, Instagram? Oh, I forgot. They have like a bunch of holdings, and I can't remember what it is. But when you look into it, it's like, wow, I didn't know. Oh, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. Amazon's with Twitch, so they have so many freaking holdings that it's kind of crazy. Actually, I think Instagram was with Facebook. Yeah, but yeah, they have so much holdings that I don't see Amazon going down. It's really smart that they are diversifying, and if they do the split, more people will buy into Amazon because they also believe in the long term of it, and that would be good. That would be really good for shareholders. I think that if they do announce it, that would really be the time to buy Amazon, because once they do that, then more people would buy it. That's just from what I see. Apple did one, Tesla did one, and after that happened, it's like the stock shot up. Now I don't know if it was a coincidence or what, but yeah, you can't be mad about gains, right? And yeah, JD is a massive as well. JD is basically the Chinese Amazon. They have like warehouse logistics. They've done partnerships with like Walmart and Google. I believe invested $500 million into them. So when I was looking back into JD around 2018, I thought, man, if Google invested that much money into JD, they must be something really big. They're going to be something huge. And that was one of the reasons why I decided not to sell JD, because I thought if there's so much big money getting thrown at JD, and the fact that I see them going down the steps of Amazon, I really should weather the storm. If it was any other stock, I don't think I would be as confident, but because it was JD, I was willing to weather the storm. And I think JD is just only going to get larger and larger. And Apple, you really can't say anything bad about Apple. Apple Car is going to come out in production, I believe, 2024. All the shareholders have something to look for. And between now, 2021 and 2024, Apple's going to come out with a bunch of product lines, right? And when you have people who are working from home, they want a computer that works. They want a computer that seems to be spiffy and everybody else has. What are they going to do? They're going to just buy an Apple computer. They're not going to buy a Lenovo. Contrary to what, some influencer guy says, people buy Apple products because they like the simplicity of it, and also there's a really good marketing team. So Steve Jobs was amazing at marketing, Apple's amazing at marketing, and once you get into the ecosystem, again, it's very hard to get out of it. So I really believe Apple will be there for a very long time. And I've even joked to a certain influencer. I said, hey, I know he wants to destroy Apple, but I have advocated and I have said, I think you should invest in Apple, because if you invest in Apple, let's say they do win or they do succeed, at least you'll be able to monetarily gain from that rise. So it's kind of hedging your bets sort of thing. But yeah, Apple is such a big company that I don't see them losing market share anytime sooner. And with Christmas season, with birthdays and Valentine's Day, people want an electronic product. Let's say they want headphones. They'd be like, oh, I want to get Beats, or they want to get some AirPods, or If their phone breaks, maybe, and they had a piece of crap phone, maybe they look into getting an iPhone because the ads are all over the place. And iPhones, I've never been a big fan of iPhones, but the people who do have iPhones, they tend to be very, very loyal to the iPhones. I don't know anybody personally who went from an iPhone and then downgraded back to an Android. So I think that's very, very telling. So, yeah, overall, stock today, stock this week. Very happy with it. I'm happy with my little CCIV shooting up 25% today. I'm happy with acoustis. I don't even know how to pronounce this. AKTS. Yeah, AKTS. I'm happy that went up. I think I'm at like a 5% buffer or so because I went in a little late. Blackberry went up 9.26% today, and Tesla, well, it's moving sideways, but it's okay. It's okay if it moves sideways. We'll see what happens with earnings. If earnings comes out and it's low, if it goes down, let's say 5%, I expect it will recover because it's Tesla. It's Tesla, and people really like Tesla. And yeah, they have more competition though now. I read that Ford's coming out with stuff. Toyota is saying that they feel like they can take on Tesla. And then of course Lucid and merging with CCIV. That's going to be competition. So it's a little uncertain time, I think, because Tesla has kind of been on challenge, and now there's all these companies coming out of the woodwork wanting to challenge Tesla. Oh, yeah. So I do think it's gonna go up, Tesla, but maybe not as much gains as it did before. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm still gonna hold on to Tesla. Look at this Tesla chart. Look at that. So like I invested around here, and then my dumb butt forgot all about Tesla, and it was kind of off. Yeah, I was so hyper focused on other things that I was terrible. I didn't look at Tesla, and then it just went into the like stratosphere over here. Then, so yeah, my timing wasn't the greatest, but it's okay. It's okay. I wish I invested earlier into Tesla, but hindsight is always 2020, right? I learned a good lesson from it. Check my portfolio a lot more often. Look through all the stocks that I have, and if I see anything that sticks out, take advantage of averaging up or averaging down. But yeah, right now I'm okay with my stock portfolio. Let's see here. So let me read what I'm missing over here. Yeah, everybody has been telling me, like, people have told me that, hey, Tesla sucks, Tesla's gonna go down. Always heard that, and Tesla just went up. Out of all the stocks that I purchased, Tesla by far is the 19, and then it went up to, what, $4,000 or something like that for that one stock? I think the stock market is separate from the economy for sure, and that's what I learned when I lost my SPY put. I believe I lost like $2,000 from that. That was my stimulus check, buddy. It went out the window. I was so sure. I was like, Erica, there's no way this is gonna go down. The economy app. Things are closing down. The numbers are spiking. People have to stay at home. You got all these closures. Unemployment's going up. For sure, SPY is gonna go down. And because it didn't, it actually went up. It definitely changed my outlook on the stock market. So I became a lot more confident on the stock market. I think that people are still talking about this crash. I do believe there will be a crash. However, like what I learned from my SPY put, the economy will always recover. There will always be measures in place to make sure the stock market doesn't go down to zero. They will just pat it. And the people who are invested into the stock market, if they have a healthy gain, right? Let's say like me and Tesla right now, I have a 300% gain on Tesla after I added my one extra share of Tesla. if the stock goes down 50%, I won't really care at all. I'll just be like, okay, it went down, but I still have 250%, and I can ride it to go back up. So all these people who are longtime investors, I don't think they'll be really worried if they have a good cushion. They just hold. And I really, when I look back at it, there was some things that I did sell during like a August time. I sold WYNN. I sold Capital One, and now look at it, and I'm like, for frick's sake, I should have just held on to it. I would have been in a much better situation. But what I did instead is I just kind of moved around my portfolio, and I wish I kept it, and I wish I just pulled more money out to invest in other stocks, but I just didn't feel comfortable with it. Yeah, so I think it's really important to save your money. I think it's really important to invest your money. And I shared with you guys this too. There's a person that I know. They invested $7 into Crocs. CRO. Where is this? Let me pull this up. CROC? Yeah, CROX, right? Was it this it? Yeah. So they invested into Crocs. Oh, crap. Where is it? How come I can't do the... No, I don't want that. What? What the hell is this? I just want to go to my 5-year. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Whenever I click this stuff, I get this Google ad service thing. Oh, goodness. Can you please show me the 5-year? Oh my, I don't know what's going on with the site. Okay, so this, let's see, Crocs. Wait, let me see. This freaking website. Look at this. I'm just trying to click on this stuff, and then whenever I click on it, it's giving me the 5-year. I mean, it's giving me this like Google ad services thing. See this? Like, I don't want to go to this Google ad service. I want to just see this. See? This is something new because I don't recall seeing this stuff. Okay, so I can't show you the chart. Mother. Okay, hold on. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so I'll show you the 5 years over here. So you can see, how Crocs used to be super cheap? So they bought 1,000 shares of Crocs back around 2016, 2015 or so. And I remember asking them, I was like, why are you buying Crocs? Like, what the hell? Like, why Crocs? Like, and they said, oh, Erica, because it's popular, and I feel like people like Crocs, and I don't want to go small, I just want to go big. So I was like, okay, $7,000 on Crocs. I don't know about that. That sounds kind of strange to me. Why not Nike? Why not Adidas or something like that? But they stuck with the Crocs. Turns out their $7 a share investment, $7 a share investment turned into $73. And part of it is due to the situation, because Crocs are very easy to disinfect. Unlike a fabric shoe, let's say like a sneaker. Instead of washing it, you can just spray some alcohol at it, wipe it down, and boom, it's disinfected. It's super light, easy to clean, indestructible. But the disinfecting part is really important. So it spiked up, and yeah, look at the price. Like, after the situation happened, it went from, let's see, $41 all the way down to $10, and I think people realized they can do. So boom, 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 and now, yeah. It's $73 a share, and instead of they made 10,000, they made 1,000% on their investment. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. $7 stock to $73 stock, $7,000 investment to $73,000 investment. That really tells me like, hey, you should hold long if you can. People who I know who are invested into the stock market, they've been doing it for a really long time. I've taken a lot of inspiration from them. There are people that I know that've been investing in the stock market for 20 years, and they tell me, they said, Erica, you if you can hold long, like don't make the little chunks. And I said, what do you mean? They said, you can day trade, Erica, but you might miss an opportunity because you might not focus on that stock, and then it could just shoot. Timing something like this AKTS. I thought, hey, it's not moving up so much. It freaking jumped up 10% after I sold it, and I'm kind of irked at this. So now I'm back at AKTS. But yeah, I have to instead of paying $12.98 a share, I had to pay 14 something a share instead. So I just want to hold long and see how that thing is. And yeah, if you hold on to a stock and it doubles, it triples, it goes up in value, again, with that whole 1% stock that goes from $100 to $1,000, every time it goes up in 1%, initially, right? Every time it went up 1%, it would go up $1 if you invested $100. But when it goes up to, let's say, $1,000 a share, instead of it only being $1, it would be $10. So you can grow your money that way, but it's important to just kind of hold long and invest, and also make sure you have strong companies. So the companies that I invested in, Amazon, JD, Tesla, Apple, I'm not too worried about it. If there's any falter, it might be Tesla, but I have a 300% gain right now, so I'm not too worried about that. Or if I do see it, I'm sure I'll do a stop loss on that. So I'm not, yeah. So I really believe, and I'm a big supporter of this. Save your money, invest your money into stocks. People poke fun at me. They're like, why do you just buy one share of Tesla? Why did you just buy two shares of Carvana? And I said, well, I believed in it, but I didn't want to invest that much money into it. And Carvana, I think, is up 400 or 500% since I bought it. I only bought 2 shares, mind you. Tesla was up 1,000%, and gains is gains. Gains is gains. So you do not have to invest in a big amount of money, but just invest, in my opinion, one stock. Could be a $20 stock, could be a $500 stock if you want, and just hold long. And when you have more money, or when you feel more comfortable with it, let's say you're averaging up, but when you hit like a certain percent, you can always buy another stock. So for instance, you buy stocks up to 120, and then you say, okay, if I buy one more stock, I have 2 stocks. If I buy one at 120, I'll have my average at $110. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way with IGO. I do things. Sometimes I just buy one extra stock. Sometimes I buy a little bit more stocks. But I'm pretty conservative. I don't like go all in on a stock unless I really believe in it. Yeah. So JD was something that I believed in. I saw it going up, and I was like, I'm just gonna put as money as as much money as I felt it comfortable at the time at JD. And same with Amazon. And I don't regret doing that. I wish I had invested in Apple in 2008 as well. But yeah, it's okay, because although I did not have any Apple gains from 2018 to, let's say, 2019, I'm still gaining. So I can't beat myself up on that. So the best time to invest, in my opinion, is now. And then just buy a small amount. You can buy 1/4 if you want, you can buy half if you want, and then time it later. If you do believe there's going to be a crash somewhere, just buy one stock now, and then wait a month or 2, buy another stock. But I think it's very important to at least invest something in the stock market. With the way the economy is, I think that you're going to find a lot more people who are going to be into investing rather than relying on their income. Salaries, for instance, I don't know how things are in New York or in other countries, but in like Hawaii, a lot of employers got you in a grip, because they can say, well, yeah, we know that in another state they pay you more for this type of job, but yeah, in Hawaii, yeah, across the board, everybody pay this amount, so yeah, we're gonna give you the amount that our competitors pay as well. And it kind of sucks. Like the pay in Hawaii is not that great. I know a lot of people in Hawaii, they end with before the situation happened, they had zero pay raises unless they were with the union, and that's one of the reasons why I'm in support of unions. I think unions are a great thing. I think that it adds to the happiness of the workers. But I do recognize that when you do have a union in and people are getting paid and they do have these protections, that you do have lazy employees at times. But overall, I think that unions are great. So I'm pro union, and yeah. So but anyway, yeah. So invest into the stock market. Doesn't have to be a big amount. Doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a sizable amount. You can just invest like $20. You can invest $100. I do believe strongly though. If you don't believe me, look at the historical chart for any stock that you believe in and see the 5-year mark. So for instance, right? I don't want to. I'm not going to put Amazon, but let's say something like, give me something. Walmart stock. So Walmart stock 5 years ago, it was at $64. Now it is at $146. So if you had invested $64 into Walmart, you'd have doubled your money just with that $164. That's what I'm trying to get at. And another company that you could do, right? AAPL, Apple stock. So Apple stock 5 years ago was at $24. Now it's $139. See, so you could have bought one stock for $24, held on to it, and made a whole bunch of money off of that one stock. And then, yeah, but that's why you hear some people, they said they invested early into Apple, and after they invested, they were able to retire because it's like the stock just did all the work. So I don't like day trading. I buy into stocks that I believe that I see a future in, but if I lose the faith into it, then I don't mind selling it. Apple stocks that I have a lot of faith in. I'm not seeing it go down to zero anytime soon. I'm not seeing it go down half the value anytime soon. They have huge cash reserves as well. So this stock is pretty resilient. And look at this. Look. So you see, like back in 2019, when I wanted to buy this, it was around here. Yeah, it was around the summer. So I could have made 3 times the amount of money if I had just bought Apple 2 years earlier. But yeah, don't think that just because Apple is here, then it's not going to go up anymore. The people who bought into Apple here might have thought, oh yeah, it's not that I might have bought at the top, but the top was then over here, then the top was over here, now the top is over here. Don't let your fear of hitting the top for certain companies dissuade you from buying a stock. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because you'll find that time goes by really quickly. And as time goes quickly, right, if you don't invest in a stock at all, it's like you're not going to get any gains. But pick a stock that you feel really safe in. If not, invest in an ETF. I really believe in diversification. And some people criticize me. They're like, Erica, you could have had more gains if you just put your money more into, let's say, all Tesla or all Apple or all, another stock instead. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. I believe heavily in diversification. And if my portfolio has less gains because I have more diversification, then that's okay with me. What's this? TSMC? Let's check. Taiwan Semiconductor? Yeah, I don't want to do anything. See, I don't want to do anything that's out of the US anymore. The only exception that I made recently was Neo. But other than that, it's like I'm very hesitant about doing that because if there's any issue with, let's say, in Asia, China, Taiwan. I don't want the stock to get affected by it. Yeah, so I should be telling you guys, hey, spend more money, buy more stuff on buy more consumer stuff because technically, right? Like if you invest in GameStop, GameStop wants you to be buying their games so that way their stock price has a reason to go up. But I think what I learned from Tesla is this. If people believe in a stock as a lot, it doesn't really matter how the financials is. Tesla is not that profitable, but look at the stock valuation compared to, let's say, a company like Apple. Uh, insane. And it really just so I learned that it's good to go with like a hype stock, but also a company that seems to have a strong sales. So Amazon's like everybody thinks about Amazon as the anchor, and yeah, they're just getting bigger. But Apple is a big company. It has strong sales, in my opinion. And whenever a product comes out, like people are genuinely like everybody talks about it. And even though I don't have any desire about buying anything other than a MacBook, I think about the other products. I'm like, oh, they just came out with the AirPod Pro, or they have like a new MacBook coming out, or the new iMac coming out, or they got that. It's not even. Just hearing about it just makes me think like, man, that's how good the marketing for Apple is, and for people who want to have a laptop, those people are also gonna think in their head and like, oh man, I had this piece of crap HP. Now I have to do this whole work from home thing. Let me just buy an Apple computer. So, Apple is just gonna get bigger. Mark my words. No, I don't want to buy anything that's non-US. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like I have nothing. It's not that I think that like Taiwan is like China or anything like that. It's separate, but I don't want to stray out from US because when I think about, let's say, international relationships, if there's any tensions between Asia and the US, like those Asian stocks are gonna all take a hit. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, I see. It did go up. So it has been going up. I don't know the percent because Yahoo is not the greatest at this kind of stuff. But let's see. So Friday last week it was at 130, and now it doesn't really have much of a gain at all. Yeah. So there's an opportunity here, but for me, I don't want to. If I want to invest into this, it would be a really small amount of money. So I rather just invest my money into what I already have and then average up or average down. But Apple has more. How would I say this? Even if it goes down, I have full faith Apple will go up because if they have any sort of problem, they have enough money and cash reserves and resources to dig themselves out of it. No, this is a Taiwan company. See, the headquarters is in Taiwan. Less than a Taiwan company. Their parts are made from in China or it's made in outside of the U.S. But I just don't want to invest in a company that's outside of U.S. So this stock is headquartered outside of the U.S. And I'm just worried that if there's any relation like international relations issues, then that stock will go down. So I rather just go with Apple because if the stock goes down, you're gonna have all the Apple fans being on like buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. I don't want to assume anything, you know. I don't want to, like, one thing that I've learned is I don't want to think too much about internationally, in terms of like stock holdings. Like with Baba, like Baba just like, oh my goodness. I just had to keep worrying about US China relations for the long time. If I that's why I want to kind of reduce it. I'm still vested in JD, but I don't want to bring on another company and I'm kind of like, Neo, I'll make the exception for Neo. Apple is headquartered in California, but the stock, let's see. I think what people are focuses on is the manufacturing, right? See, look, founded the headquarters is in California. So, but the parts are made internationally. You can say the same thing about Lenovo. You can say the same thing about Microsoft. A lot of the stuff comes internationally. So yes, it's made internationally. It's shipped over to the U.S. But what I'm trying to say is that the stock is headquartered in the U.S. So the perception is different. But everything is basically made outside of the US. We can't BS ourselves and say, "Oh yeah, you know, if you invest in some company that that seems like it has you like what would be for a good example? Crocs is based in the United States, right? Actually, Crocs might be made in the US too. I'm not too sure. TSMC. Let's say this. Yeah, I'm just not personally interested in it. Um, I don't know much about it. I don't want to. I'm already invested into AMD. I'm already invested into, I think, what was it? I keep forgetting if it was Intel or the other one. But yeah, I'm already invested more into AMD. So I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to get into this whole chip thing. Apple will if Apple will not go down. That's what I firmly believe. Like Apple has deep pockets. Apple is so big. Apple, if there's any cash flow issues, they'll be able to easily resolve it because they have a big cash store. You know what? I'll ask about this TSMC thing. But yeah, so AMD, I know it's kind of been fluctuating around the same amount for a while. Let's look at AMD. Here we go. Come on. Come on. So let's check this out. So AMD 1 year ago. Where's the 5 day? Yeah, so like when I look at AMD, I don't really have a problem with it. You know, I see that they're going up. I'm happy with it. I think it's okay. Um, and let's see this. It's okay, but yeah, I think what was it Intel or something like that? The other one that had that shift organization change, that was not so great. I think of it this way. if people think about what stock has a bigger perception in people's minds, like which stock has more fanboys, fangirls, that kind of thing, Apple definitely has a much bigger base. Apple needs TSMC. So this is where I'm saying, like, I don't know anything about this kind of thing. I don't know. I don't involve myself with chips. I just go with companies that I look at it and like, do they produce more stuff? But in terms of components about this stuff, like the nitty gritty stuff, no, I don't look into that stuff. But chances are, like, I'll take that into consideration, but I probably won't invest in this. Just because it's like I don't want to like stretch myself too thin. And then what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna have to pull money from somewhere, another stock, and then put this into this. And I don't really know too much about it. Oh. I've heard about, yeah, I mean, like, it's like some people, when they look into stocks, they'll look into, let's say, component level of stuff, and they'll look into the following the chips. I don't really understand the tech that much, but I do think of it this way. And this is the way I think about things. I think, okay, what is, how well known is something? Is there like a, what is the numbers behind it? And I just like, this is the first time I've heard about TSMC. I don't, like I said, I don't involve myself on the component level side. So, but I'm hesitant about doing the whole international stuff. I just worry about that kind of stuff. That's just me. Let's see here. Let's read it. A global chip rally. Oh, look at this. Buy better, Motley Fool. I'm just reading this because I don't understand anything about these chips. Oh, Intel. Oh, I remember that. Hmm. Yeah. You know what? This is like, for me, much about the sector at all, and because I'm already vested in D, and I have a in these companies, I would just do half half, and then see where it goes. I just like, I don't want to pull money out to invest into this thing because I already am invested in a bunch of other things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, this is the time I heard about TSD. But if people want to invest in something and they're kind of thinking about AMD and TSMC, then I would say go 50-50. So if you want to spend, let's say, $500 on this kind of stock, like, you need to do 250 here and 250 here. And if one might outpace the other, or maybe they'll both grow, or maybe one go down. But I can't predict the future, that kind of thing. So maybe TSMC will be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm already in AMD, so I already have a good padding. My thinking is that, like, let's say I invest into TSMC, or I pull money out from AMD to invest into that kind of stuff. Like, if anything happens, or if there's any international kind of issues, I would be I'll tell you this straight up. Like, I would be kind of thinking about how I reacted when Baba had all those, like, those trade issues. I'm like, oh, for frick's sake, I don't want to think about that stuff. So it's less worry on my mind. But who knows? Maybe TSMC will absolutely cannibalize AMD. Oh, I'm already invested into ARC. I'm already invested into that. I think well of war. I think well of ARC. ARKK, ARKW, but there's also like ARKF, ARK something. There's like five of them. Some people believe in investing all of them, but there's so much overlap on it. So I just went with ARKK and ARKW. And yeah, it's a pretty safe ETF. Tesla, I believe, is like one of the main holdings, or the main holding. I think ARKK, Tesla's number one, but I could be remembering it wrong. Yeah, so I have Kathy Wood is I think she's really amazing. I think ARKK is a great ETF. I recommend to people, like, if they want to invest in an ETF, I would say go with ARKK. I believe technology is in the future. I believe that Tesla will be around for a while, and even if Tesla takes a hit, because it's only 10% of the holdings, it won't be it won't be as painful as you invested all into Tesla. Yeah. So, let's see here. Yeah, so if you know what, I'll keep that in mind, the TSMC sort of thing. And now it's on my radar. I'll ask around about that, what people think about TSMC, since I'm not too familiar with it. I don't think I'm going to invest in it just because it's Taiwan, and I just feel so. Whenever I think about like Chinese stocks, I'm like, "Argh." But yeah, if you don't have a good cushion for a stock and the stock goes down, it can be really stressful. It can be really stressful because you will be losing money, and it won't be like, for instance, right? Let's say you have a stock and you have a 50% gain, and then it goes down 30% or so. Like Baba took a nosedive in October. If you don't have like a healthy amount of profit, and you see your own stock holding in that thing go down 30%, oh my gosh, that's just nauseating. That's how I feel about Mara right now. Like, Mara kind of sickens me, because I look at Mara and it just, let me show you guys Mara. I regret investing so much into Mara. I should have not put $1,000 into Mara, but I was just chasing this little Mara boom and this little Bitcoin boom, and I thought, oh, okay, it should keep going up. I didn't expect it to just kind of drop when it did, and when it did drop, oh my gosh! Now I'm worried, like, will it go back up again? So Mara went up 4% today. You can look at the chart. Is this it? Yeah, you can look at the chart. See, so look at the 1 month. See, it went down over here. It went up. I invested. I forgot where I invested. I invested kind of up here, actually. I had bad timing because you don't know how tall it's going to be, right? And then it started going down, and now it's like over here. And because this is cryptocurrency, I don't know when it's going to get back up here. Maybe it's going to get back up here. Maybe it's going to be higher. Maybe it'll never go up there. So, crypto, in my opinion, it's just, it's like you're just waiting. There's no financials that you can run with. It's just like, okay, do people want to buy Bitcoin today? Do people want to buy Ethereum today? Oh, they don't want to. Everybody wants to sell. Okay, it goes down. Oh, wait, everybody wants to buy again. Okay, it goes up. And it's just really stressful. Out of all the stocks that I've had, I can tell you with good certainty, like this kind of moral stuff, oh my gosh, it gives me anxiety thinking about it. And thankfully, um, Thankfully, it's a small portion of my portfolio, but it's not fun seeing like these swings where it goes down 10% or so, or you see it like go like see up here and then goes down here and then goes up here and then goes down here and then goes up and then goes down. And what will it be next week? I have no beeping idea. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's gonna go up. I have no idea if it's gonna go down. It's just the only things I read about from people saying is buy Mara. This is a buying opportunity. Buy Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm not happy with this kind of stuff. It was because people, Bitcoin was rallying and I saw Mara going up and I thought, okay, if it rallies up more, right, I should have a good cushion. But that cushion never came in. So this was really the fear of missing out stuff. And I should have really watched myself. I should have been like, Erica, come on now. You don't really believe in cryptocurrency. The way I see it, and you guys can criticize me all you want, but the way I see it is you got people who invest a lot of money into Bitcoin. And then if they are early innovators of Bitcoin, they will say things like, "Oh, you should hold because I got into Bitcoin back when it was like $7,000 a Bitcoin and now it's 30,000 and yeah, nobody sell. Just hold on to your Bitcoin." But when it takes these swings, right? If you are investing, let's say at 30K, let's say you invested at 35K and then it drops down to 30K, you are not prepared with that 10% drop out of the blue. But if you invested back when Bitcoin was $7,000, like you can handle those swings because you think, man, my amount that I put in went up 300% or so, 300, 400%. So it's no worry for someone who has a big cushion margin. Again, like I'm the same way with Tesla. If Tesla drops down 50%, I'll be like, okay, sucks, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay because I still have 300% profit margin. So I even for me, like I'm not like on the whole buy Tesla train right now because I'm kind of curious to see what happens. But at least I can say, well, Tesla's producing something. They have financials, but Bitcoin, it's just really, do people want to buy it today? Do people want to sell it today? Do people want to sell off more than they want to buy today? Yeah. So Mara is, I feel like it's between a rock and a hard place. I'm fully reliant on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't go up, then Mara's going to continue tanking, in my opinion. So if Bitcoin goes up to, let's say, $60,000, then of course Mara is going to shoot up for sure. But if Bitcoin continues to go on a decline, or if it does go on a decline, then yeah, see, Bitcoin right now is at 33.5, 33.4. So Bitcoin goes down, Mara is gonna go down. Bitcoin goes up, then Mara's gonna spike back up. So I think like having this kind of exposure to Mara has really been eye opening, and I'm happy that it was just if I have to make lemons out of lemonade sort of thing. I'm happy it was just a $1,000 investment. It sucks, losing of $400 or so, 300, $400. Yeah, it's like, I think it went down 37%, but it sucks losing that kind of money, but I don't really lose money until I sell. It just depresses my portfolio a bit. So if I had invested a lot of money into Bitcoin right now, or if I went all in on Mara when it was over here, I would be in a really stressed out position. So for these kind of stocks, I shy away from it. And I thought, hey, it's either gonna go up, it's either gonna go down, and in this situation, it goes down, and unless Bitcoin goes up, I'm gonna be bag holding. Tesla is driven because people believe in it and people want to buy into it. Let's be honest here. Like Tesla, the valuation of it based on the stock is obscenely high because you got all these people who are on the Tesla bandwagon. Even I, when I was looking into this stock, I didn't even think it was. I thought it was overpriced when I bought $300 worth in 2018. But it just kind of rides the wave. And the people who are saying like, oh, you know, Tesla's too overpriced and it's going to crash, they've been continually kind of proven wrong now. Is it going to crash for next earnings? Maybe, but I do have full faith it's going to recover over time. Yeah, there's just too many people who are investing in Bitcoin. I think that if Bitcoin ever went down to 15,000, like you would have people would freak the beep out. They'd be like, "Damn it, I bought Bitcoin at 33K and it went down." Yeah. So, and there's also a lot of bad news about Bitcoin coming out. I believe that was it Janet Yellen or something like that. Treasury something possibly appointed Biden. I can't make sentences right now, but she's against cryptocurrency. She believes that it should be regulated. She believes that it is associated with not so good things. So, and then I also read things about Bitcoin not being FDIC insured, other news coming out that some companies or some countries are saying like, yeah, you know, it can go down to zero. Like, watch out. Now, Bitcoin will never go down to zero. There will always be one person, at least one person or a couple 100,000 people holding onto their Bitcoin. But the price fluctuations of Bitcoin, oh my gosh, I can't handle it. I really can't handle it. I don't want to be on the whole, yeah, I got in, and then it just like goes down and down and down. So it hit 40, I think 41K or so, and then it went down to 35, then it went down to 33, then it goes down to 31, then it goes back to 33, and maybe I'll go back to 35, but it's just too much volatility for me. It's stressful thinking about Bitcoin, and yeah, so I would not put money on Bitcoin, and maybe I'm just being really backwards for saying that, but the volatility scares the crap out of me. That's what scares me about Bitcoin. Like, I mean, like, yeah, people, this whole decentralized currency thing, I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's just so volatile. It changes all the time. It's USD to Bitcoin price, right? Like, let's say I want to buy something for $5 today. How much Bitcoin is that? Okay, it might be 10% more expensive or 10% less expensive if depending on the Bitcoin amount. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. That's crazy. It's me. So, I'm gonna hope for Blackberry. I have a 50% cushion right now, so I think what's my average right now? I think my average was, I want to say it's 972, but I could be remembering it wrong. Yeah, I think it was something like 972. So I can just hold for now. I'm not too worried about it. But if I had a leaner profit margin, then I would be more worried about it. So the beautiful thing about having a good amount of profit margin is if there's a price swing of like 5 to 10% and you have 50%, it doesn't bother me that much. Bitcoin is like everybody, if people invested into Bitcoin, they have every reason why they want the price to go up. So for instance, right, Mara, like I said, my Mara has gone down, I think 37% or 35% since I bought it, because I bought it near the peak, like right around here. So it's in my interest to tell people buy Bitcoin, because unless people buy Bitcoin, my Mara stock is not going to go up. So I would like people to buy Bitcoin. I would like Bitcoin to go up to 40,000, and then I can sell my Mara stock. And if it goes down, like I'd be like, yeah, I'm not holding the bag anymore. So all the people, in my opinion, who bought Bitcoin, let's say they bought a whole Bitcoin. Let's just say, I know you can buy fractional, but let's just say you bought a whole Bitcoin at $40,000. You would definitely be telling people to buy Bitcoin right now, right? Because you're like, frick, I lost $7,000 on my Bitcoin investment. I don't know if it's gonna go like buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. So yeah, That's what I learned from the Mara thing. It's like I ended right over here, so I'm just waiting in anticipation. Again, I should be telling you guys to buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy Bitcoin. I don't believe in Bitcoin. I really just had FOMO. I thought that I could ride the wave, it would go higher, and then I could just sell it. I could just make some money and then sell it and then use the money for something else. But yeah, it backfired on me. It backfired on me. Blackberry, thankfully, it's canceled out any of my Mara losses. But yeah, it's not a yeah, it's not a good feeling. Yeah. Actually, no, Blackberry hasn't canceled out Mara losses. Yeah. So it just sucks. So depending on where you are in the Bitcoin investment line, let me look this up. Here you go. And I know people who are Bitcoin are gonna say I'm very short sighted on this, okay? But like if you invested around Bitcoin around here, right? You're gonna say, hey, Bitcoin's a really good investment. Buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Look, I made money. Buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Because you're making money. But if you invested around here and then you saw it go down here, you have every interest to tell people to buy Bitcoin because you don't want to lose out on the money that you invested over here. See it? And then like over here, right? So if you're over here, you had the gain, you'd be like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's great. And then it goes down and you're like, oh, don't worry, Bitcoin's just balancing out. And then it goes down like, oh crap, I lost money, right? If you invested over here, right? You lost money over here and you're like, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. So these people, this person here and this person, all the people from here to here all have every financial interest to tell the people over here or where they are currently to buy more Bitcoin because they're losing out money. So just like my Mara, I'm losing money. So I should tell people to buy Bitcoin. So the price goes up and then I can make money. So that's the way Bitcoin works. That's just my interpretation of it. If you are an early investor and you're happy over here, you're like, I made so much money. Yeah, buy Bitcoin. I have so much money in the bag. Then yeah, you're gonna encourage everyone to buy Bitcoin. Like, I need the price to be higher because my I bought it at the peak. Yeah. So Lucid, do I have any beginner tips for investing for newbies? Buy shares that you are comfortable with. My recommendation is average up or average down. So if you want to buy, let's say, give me a stock. Let's say if you wanted to buy that, let's just say if you wanted to buy, for instance, right? Or if you want to buy Walmart or Amazon, averaging up. So buy a little bit a month or buy a little bit like once a week and then kind of like section it out. So that way, if the price goes up, then you feel like you can average up and you're still at a profit margin. Or if it goes down, you're like, hey, this stock used to be $200 and right now it's at 180. Yeah, let me put more money in at 180 so I'm averaging down. That's what my recommendation is. I do also recommend holding long. I like investing in stocks that I feel like are going to be around for a really long time. So I'm personally invested, 64% of my portfolio is in Amazon, JD, Tesla, and Apple. But I do not feel comfortable. This is just me personally putting more money into Tesla right now, and I don't feel comfortable putting more money into JD. But Apple or Amazon, I would feel fine putting money into, just because they come out with new products or they're acquiring new businesses and they're US based. So yeah, curious to see what happens with Bitcoin. I do know that Bitcoin did take a big hit. So look at this. Look at this. Remember 2017? Remember how it hit like 19K or so? See? So it hit the peak. And you know all these people over here buy Bitcoin. media is not talking about Bitcoin, what happens to Bitcoin? It goes down. See this? It goes down. And then remember the situation happened? Remember that? Remember the situation? People are like, oh crap, the economy is crap. Okay, let's buy Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin starts going up again. See it? And then all this and all this stuff. Oh, actually, wait, no. So the situation happened around. Wait, this is 2000. Yeah, the situation happened around here. So yeah, and then that's when it went to the moon. So when people don't talk, when the news don't talk about Bitcoin, it tends to kind of bottom out. And then see, look, it actually went down to 3,200. It looks like 3,260. Can you imagine that? You buy your Bitcoin over here in December 4th, 2017, and then in December 3rd, 2018, 1 year later, it's only worth 3,344 bucks. That sucks. So that's a huge loss. It's like 75% loss, right? 19,000. Yeah, something like that. It's a huge loss. So I'm sure the person over here was screaming to everybody over here, like, buy Bitcoin. And then it finally goes up, and then yeah, they say like this person's still like Bitcoin because they want to make their money. And then because of the situation that happened, coin going in the news again, then they buy. And yeah, but if there's uncertainty or if there's any bad news about Bitcoin, things about it not being insured, things about it going down to zero, then yeah, people don't have trust in Bitcoin, and then they might just want to sell, or they might not want to diamond hand it. And I completely understand it. I completely understand not wanting to diamond hand it. I don't want to diamond hand Bitcoin either. I don't even like being in Mara right now. But I'm gonna hold on to Mara, see what happens. Maybe in a year, Mara will be $100. Maybe, maybe not. But I am not liking being in this Mara game, because I feel like I'm stuck in this game unless I want to lose like 400, like 37% of what I put in. So I really should diamond hand it. And I think I am going to diamond hand it. I think I am going to diamond hand Mara, see how this thing goes, and curse all the way. And if anyone tells me about Bitcoin, I'll be like, you know what? I bought Mara because Mara was spiking up with Bitcoin. Mara is a mining company. And yeah, Bitcoin tanked, so Mara tanked. And yeah, not happy about it. Not happy about it. Do I ever buy stocks without reading their financial reports? Yeah, that's called Mara. Yeah, so Mara was that. A lot of companies, I don't actually read the financial reports, but I like to see where their vision is. You know, where is it going to go in the future? Do I have hope in new products? Do I have hope that people will continue using it? With Amazon, for example, the situation encouraged people to buy more stuff on Amazon, do subscribe and saves, be more reliant on Amazon, and it's that's why I think Amazon's just going to grow bigger. I really do believe when earnings comes out on February 2nd, they're going to knock it out of the ballpark, because you have holiday season, right? You have holiday season. Then you got, if there's any more fears of a lockdown or more extreme lockdown coming in, then people are going to want to get their Amazon boxes. They're not going to want to go over to the grocery store and interact with people. I could sell half and keep half too. I do know that, but I just think like with Mara, I don't know if it's gonna go up. I don't know. Like for instance, right? Today it went up 4%. And when I saw it, I was like, frick, oh, maybe I'm gonna get back my 37% loss. I don't know. It's just a whirlwind. So I think that I'll keep Mara in my portfolio. You guys can hear me cursing out Mara for the time being. And I'll be like, yeah, you see this fluctuation with Mara, this swing, this 4% up, 5% down, 10% up, 7% down. Yeah, it's really no joke. So unfortunately, like if I was on the bottom end of this, because Mara shot up, right? You see this, it shot up. If I was like over here, I would be okay. But I was, I bought around here actually. See, so I thought it was gonna go like this, you know. So you can see it goes up, 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 up. I thought it was gonna shoot back upwards because Bitcoin was shooting up at that time, but instead it went downwards. See, so I misjudged. But I'm not a psychic. You can either get the wrong, you're right, or you're wrong. And in this situation, I was wrong. And I don't know when it's going to go up because I'm relying on this little thing, Bitcoin. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my learning experience. I'm happy to share it with you guys because if any of you guys think, hey, let me chase Bitcoin or something, be prepared to hold long. If you are buying right now at 33K, and again, I know you can buy fractional, but I always think about it whole because if you put in $100 in Bitcoin right now, if you want to double your money, Bitcoin has to hit double 33K. So $100 invested into Bitcoin now doubled would be $66,000 of Bitcoin as a whole. And I just don't have faith that Bitcoin's gonna hit 66,000. I think that you're much better off if you want to double your money, putting it in another stock instead. At least you won't have to deal with the price fluctuations. Amazon does not have swings like Bitcoin does. I don't have to worry about Amazon being 10% higher, 10% lower on any given week for no freaking reason. So that's why it irritates me about Bitcoin. It's like luck of the draw. You flip something and you're just like, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? You don't know. If the economy gets worse, then Bitcoin will go up. But I think there's like this idea of safety right now because of Biden, right? People think like, oh, maybe he's going to calm things down. Maybe he'll make things better. So you got more people who are kind of shunning away from Bitcoin, especially with the news about Bitcoin. Let me pull this up. See, so you got things like Bitcoin bounces after drop. Foreign markets talk about this. Bitcoin faces further losses before rally restarts, as analysts. And then you got Bitcoin on track for biggest weekly fall since September, as Janet Yellen. This is what I was talking about. As Janet double spend spook traders. So where is this? Yeah, see, so Joe Biden's pick for Treasury Secretary suggested that the use of cryptocurrencies should be curtailed because they are used mainly for illicit financing. So when you hear about this kind of stuff, right, it just kind of like spooks you. And then I guess there's this thing called double spend. You're able to spend the same quote twice. I'm not too sure about this, but yeah. Yeah, so like things like this, it just makes people less confident about Bitcoin, or it spooks them away. And then if they see their money going down, they're not going to want to diamond hand it. I completely understand why they wouldn't want to diamond hand it. Just me looking at Bitcoin prices, I look at this stuff, I'm like, oh, look, it's 35, oh, it's 37, oh, it's 32 again. Like, yeah, look, it's going up, but what's it going to be? Is it going to be at 35 again? Is it going to be at 30K? Is it going to go down to 28K? We don't know. There's no chart for that. It's just it's kind of like whatever the people decide Bitcoin should be based on transactions, I guess, like demand for it. But yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's what when I heard about Bitcoin back around 2011 or so. I think Bitcoin was when I first heard about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $200 a coin. When I first heard about it, I heard that people were using it for like Silk Road kind of stuff, and I was like, why would I want to invest in that? Like, ooh. And then afterwards, right, people are starting to think about using Bitcoin for trying to have that instead of like US dollar. I'm like, I don't know about that. I wouldn't want to be invested in in a commodity where I look at it, I'm like, man, am I gonna lose 10% of my money today, or am I gonna gain 10% of my money? It's like investing all in on a stock. But there's no financials behind it. It's just, yeah, just accept it for what it is. Are you going to hold this, or are you going to sell this? People tell you you should hold it, but I don't feel comfortable with holding it. The only way I would feel comfortable holding it is if I was like all the way over here. See, all these people would be like hold, 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 and the person losing money is going to say hold, 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 or buy, buy, buy. But yeah, it's kind of like a pyramid effect. That's the way I see it. If you are an early adapter of cryptocurrency, you have every reason to tell people to buy that. Just like any person who's early invested into a stock market, a stock like Crocs, right? The person who I know who invested into Crocs at $7 and now it's $73 will say, "Oh, buy Crocs because Crocs is a great investment." But if you get into Crocs at $73, will it go up? Will it go down? We don't know. You don't have a profit margin. And at least Crocs, you can look at sales figures and you have like some sort of basis for understanding why the price is the way it is. But for Bitcoin, I just see it as like this giant mountain of like nobody wants this stuff to crash. All the people who are around here, they don't want their investment to explode. So they're telling people, hey, don't sell, hold it, and the only way it's going to go up is if people hold it or they keep buying more. So you either hold or you buy more, and then Bitcoin goes up. But if you sell it, then Bitcoin goes down. So yeah, Mara's just my $1,000 look into this Bitcoin thing, and yeah, so I got to look at how much I bought Mara for. I think whenever I do these streams, so I'm planning to do one of these streams again, definitely on January 27th. That's when Tesla's coming out with their earnings. January 28th is acoustic. I don't even know how to pronounce that. AKTS, the one with the 5G filter. I feel like they're gonna beat earnings big time. And then Amazon, February 2nd. So I'm really rooting for Amazon because that is like 25% of my portfolio. So Amazon better hit it out of the ballpark. Amazon has been going sideways. I haven't been too happy with it, but it seems like it's going up. Amazon. Let me pull this up really quick. So I should tell you guys, it's kind of dangerous getting into a stock at $1,000 time. Fractionally, I know you can hear. And I don't really like the chart of Amazon right now. Let's see here. See this? See that? So it went up and then went down, and then now it's going over here. So you can't really see it gone up. And then the 6-month mark. Oh, I don't like this chart. I don't like the sideways action. It pisses me off whenever I look at this. So look at the 6-month chart. So this is a 6-month chart of Amazon. And then look at the 6-month chart of, I gotta make another one. Let me look at my little baby. Wait, this isn't it. What is this? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh no! I think my computer died. Did my computer die? Yeah, I think my computer. Oh, I'm on low battery. So I'm gonna have to end this stream, you guys. But you guys can look it up. You can look it up if you guys want about JD, because I gotta charge my thing. I gotta charge my laptop. Yeah. Yeah, so Nick said people don't want Bitcoin to crash, but people need to get money out to make money, which yeah hurts everyone who's already in. Yeah, so it's kind of turning into like a toppling thing. And people don't want to lose money, so they have every vested interest to tell people to buy more or hold more. But the scary thing is that like I can't. I mentioned this before, but like I can't justify buying Bitcoin because I don't know how high Bitcoin is going to be. People will say, "Oh, just hold on to Bitcoin because Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin in 2017; it was like 19K, and now we're at 2021, and it last month or this month it hit 41K. But will it hit there again? I don't know. It's all dependent on do people want to keep buying on this stuff, and with all the bad news or all the negative press or all the concerns that are coming out, I don't think Bitcoin is positioned to go back into 41K unless like something catastrophic happens and Bitcoin starts having a boom, and then there's news like Bitcoin rose up 10% today and it rose up 15% yesterday and that kind of stuff. Unless you have a boom, people are not going to feel confident about buying Bitcoin, and I don't think people are buying confident about buying Bitcoin right now, and that's why it's hovering around 33. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. I need to get going, but I need to charge a little Clio. But I know this was quite a long stream. It was like 1 hour and 36 minutes. I thought this was gonna be a short stream, but I enjoyed talking to you guys. And you know what? I'm gonna look up that Taiwanese stock. I'm gonna ask around for it. 'Cause, I wanna, I don't think I'm gonna invest in it because I like keeping my stocks in US. Just too much headache when it came to like BABA and stuff. I don't want to think about international stocks too much. But I'll look into that, and then maybe next time I decide to stream, I'll talk about it and say, I changed my mind or I didn't change my mind. But I'm really appreciative of you guys telling me about this kind of stuff because, as I mentioned, I'm not familiar with a lot of stuff. So, like AMD, I knew about AMD companies in AMD, so I thought, okay, let me invest in AMD. And then I put a small amount of money in, and then it went up, and then I put more amount of money in, and then it went up. Then I invested into AMD. If AMD goes down, worry about it because I have a cushion. So cushions are very, very important. If you are losing money, like I am with Mara right now, that's a stressor. So, yeah. So if you are investing into a stock, I would, or this is, you're new at investing into a stock, I would suggest do a lot of research. Figure out what stock you really want to trade in, and you can do. I know some people, they just Wall Street bets it. They go all in and they say, I'm gonna go all in into GME, or I'm gonna go all in into this stock. But my concern about that is if people decide to pull their money in, and let's say you invest in the top, can you handle that drop, and is that sustainable? So GameStop right now, what was it, 73 or something like that, 63, whatever amount it is right now, if it drops 10%, do you have confidence that it will go back up to that 10%? I personally don't feel confident about that, so I wouldn't be interested into investing into GME right now. But if I invested into GME back when it was, let's say, before the boom, right, let's say when it was around like the $20 mark, I would feel happy about it. I'd be like, it dropped 10%, whatever. I don't care because I have enough profit. So it's how a person can see a stock can be dependent on where their position with that stock is. If you have a good cushion, you're gonna feel less stressed than if you have no cushion at all. My stress about Mara is a lot. It's like, frick, I don't know if it's gonna go back again. So then on Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin keeps continue going down or people lose the faith in cryptocurrency mining, Mara's a cryptocurrency mining stock. If people lose the faith in that stuff, then Mara's going to drop down. And I have no cushion to pad me up on there. For the people who bought Mara before the run up, right? If they have like a 60% buffer or 100% buffer, if it goes down 37%, they'll be like, I'll hold, I'll wait, I'll see if it goes back up again. So it's two different positions, and yeah, so just go with that. I would suggest not going all in all at one time, break it up. If you have, let's say, $1,000 to spend on a stock, break it up, let's say four different, $250 at a time, or $200 at a time, or just like one stock at a time over a couple weeks or a couple months, or just buy a small amount. And then if the stock market crashes, you can go all in, or put more money on there. But yeah, so that's what I learned from investing in stocks. I've been holding since December 2017 is when I had my portfolio. My first purchase, I believe, was either JD or Amazon. Oh. And I'm happy with it. So my profit margin on JD and Amazon, because you guys can look it up, right? I'm at like 100% profit margin for both JD and Amazon, and it's just because I've been holding. So that's why I tell you guys, if you want to invest, like the time to invest is now. Just you can always average up, you can always average down. Don't worry about it too much if you believe strongly in the financials of a company. If you think that there's a long-term view, Walmart is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't think so. Other people, they believe in Disney, they believe in Visa, they believe in, let's say, some, one of those companies that have been around for a really long time. Like they believe in their Berkshire Hathaway, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really believe in holding long. I really believe that the people that I know who have been holding long, they've made some wonderful, they've had some really wonderful financial impacts from it. And that one person I shared with you guys, they invested $7,000. They bought 1,000 shares of Crocs back when it was $7, and now it's $73 a share. So their $7,000 turned into $73,000, and I'm really, really happy for them. And I hope that for you guys, if you do decide to invest in any stock, I hope to have those kind of gains. I hope that whatever you invest in, really good returns. And if it doesn't, you can minimize that by diversifying. I'm not a big fan of going all in on a specific stock. I don't follow that for a reason. If that stock goes kaput, I've had, I think, 2 stocks go kaput on me, but I invested a very small amount in it, so I didn't really care about it. But yeah, so just do your research, go into a stock, in my opinion, that you have a lot of faith in, that you can weather the storm in, well diversified, strong positioning, or you see an opportunity. And all you have to do is just buy one stock. It could be something like a $10 stock, it could be one $20 stock, but it's important to have your foot in and see how it goes. Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. And I hope you guys, if you are invested into the stock market, I hope it turns out wonderfully. This was a good week for me, for my portfolio. And I think that come next week, because AKTS and Tesla, and that's next week, and then Amazon's the week afterwards, I think my portfolio is going to be happier. But we'll see. If something catastrophic happens, then it won't be so good. But I'm holding long, so I'm not too worried about that. See ya.